Is that some tinfoil for some heroin?
Well,
Burn it down. Burn the place down.
Independent.
You just kind of go, you are totally on antidepressants.
That investing in property is what they...
Just amazing program on TV. Something which I've never watched before. It's called Homes Under the Hammer in the UK. It's about houses which have gone to auction, I think because they're so horrendous inside, they can't actually be sold. Apart from, they're looking at these houses as forms of investment. I'm amazed how the presenters of this are able to keep a straight face, how they're able to say, or just not be like walking into the properties going, oh my god, this is disgusting. I reckon I'd love to see the behind the scenes of this. Or are these people just permanent presenters?
Properties that went to auction today.
Properties that went to auction today it's such, you know how some people have their radio voice. It's like they have that the whole time on the show. It's absolutely astonishing. It's just like, you've got to see how stinking this first property is.
Well, let's hope there aren't any unpleasant surprises at the property I'm going to see next, here in Swancombe in Kent.
Okay, let's start that. Let's hope there's not any unpleasant surprises at this property I'm about to see.
Situated between Dartford and...
Like, straight away, you're looking at this place going, what a dump of a town. You've got fish bar, rubbish pubs, empty street, nobody living there, depressing weather. The previous shop was just bins all down the street.
With good transport links, it's family and commuter friendly.
The train station is only a 12-minute walk from...
Love this. She's gently strolling down the street, and when she comes across the property, you're like, oh, can't be this property.
Yeah, there's a park just down the
Lovely.
end. And as this is a no-through road, well, it's a quiet spot without too much passing traffic. Now, the property I'm here...
Look how she's like pole dances the lamppost outside. So you've got a street lamp right at the front, and it's this horror of a property.
To see is this. It's 3 bedroom, it's an end of terrace, and it had a guide price of 90 to 95,000.
I'll just let you know, in the end, somebody pays £143,000 for this. It's amazing. It's just, this is such a dump. But it's how she can say this. It's this with a smile on her face and not be going, it's this.
Front door is round here.
The front door is round here. Let's have a look. It's like whatever happy drugs these people are on, I want some of these because it's just like, they've got to have some level of honesty to the viewers. I was just going, I've walked in, this place is a shocker, oh my god, it's horrendous. But, and then you go into, at least we can do development, but this is straight in, it's wonderful, it's 3 bedrooms. It's like they're blind to the horror that is inside this place.
Well, for starters, I do not like walking straight from the outside
into a shithole.
Into your sitting room area.
Sitting room area. Okay, sorry, I thought she was going to say shithole. Oh, I also pity the poor cameraman that had to go in before her. Look at the place. It is literally falling apart.
I think that's the least of my problems. Look at this. The floor is really, really bouncy. Which
I like how they've got the feather duster in the corner, just in case there's a little bit of dust. Is that some tinfoil? Is that some tinfoil for some heroin? Is that some... Oh, good shot.
You can't really imagine yourself sitting next to a lovely roaring fire.
Or even being inside that property for anything more than, a quick glance.
In here. It's quite obvious you really need to stop.
Wow. Those, what do you call them? Polystyrene roof blocks. And look at the horror that is this property.
Scratch with this property. I think there's obviously been some woodworms.
I was going to say some heroin junkies, some homeless people, and a lot of rodents, is what I was thinking she's going to say.
Some damp, something drastic, because down here there's a huge hole in the floor, and again it's bouncy, so best tread carefully if I'm going to go and investigate.
That's as derogatory as she gets. Best tread carefully. Imagine if you're somebody that's wanting to buy a house and your property agent says, oh, come in, best tread carefully. You're like, that is the most positive thing you can say about this place. Amazing.
Bounce.
Yeah, bounce.
Step over. I enter a...
But like, somebody has clearly been living here. There's like shopping bags and stuff here. This is not a place that's been empty for years and years. This is like, somebody's been here.
second reception room, equally in
I love that. It's a reception room. No, it's a shithole.
need of a complete clear out and upgrade. Beyond this lies a
Oh, person had crutches. You see that? Crutches in the corner. Imagine you're somebody that needs crutches and you're living in a house as horrendous as that. They've still got their shopping bags over the door. Still got their shopping bags there. I'm sure that washing machine was used a lot.
small and narrow kitchen that's seen
Oh my god, look at that cooker. Look at that floor.
better days, and beyond that,
It's seen better days. It's seen better days. It's impossible for it to see worse days.
I'm sorry to say,
Oh, that kitchen roll is used to wipe up nothing. Look at the
the
state of this.
ground floor bathroom. All very disappointing.
Bravo, there's not even an under unit for the sink. That sink is, I don't know, it's just glued onto the wall. Amazing. There's no tiles. The tiles are broken. It's a tiny bath.
And on that very thing,
What? What goes blue? Have they put like toilet duct down there? Look at the Ming growing around. Like, this is what I think she should be doing. She should be going in, and there must be at least like a 10-minute kind of acclimatization she must have to not be vomiting as she walks through this house.
An Energy Performance Certificate, or EPC, is required for properties when they're built, sold or let. Now, it gives a rating from A, the most efficient, to G, the least efficient. I guess which category this property falls into. Yes, unfortunately, it's G. Now, that's bad news, and it means that at the very least you'll have higher fuel bills. Luckily, the EPC also provides
You'll have higher fuel bills, or also known as you have no internal heating in that property whatsoever, and you're effectively just going to have use your hairdryer on permanent full blast all the time.
recommendations of how you can improve the efficiency, and I would certainly...
And look, somebody has gone in and they've set up lighting in this property for the video, for the shooting of this. Like, that back room in there is pitch dark. It's got no windows, yet it's nice and bright. So they've brought in both a camera crew and a lighting crew. Oh, poor guys. The guys that film this. They must just be wetting themselves laughing all the
reading
time.
this thoroughly and taking heed of the advice given.
I'll mute that so I don't get busted for copyright.
presented with
But like, great slow panning going up. It's just going from horror staircase to disaster bedroom.
a good-sized bedroom to the left of the stairs, and to the right, a decent middle room. However, I am sorry to discover...
Look at the floor! Look at the floor! This must have had, what do you call it? People that just go into somebody's house and squatters. It must have been heroin junkie squatters.
does not have its own access.
So if you're familiar with Homes Under the Hammer, you'll have seen me harp on about the famous room that leads off a room. So here we have this space. Now, what can you do with it? Could you put a bathroom up here? Well,
Burn it
yes,
down.
you could, but
Burn
you
the
could
place
create
down.
Independent access from this bedroom here. Or I suppose you could think about using this as a dressing room. There are lots of
Oh
things
my
you can do
God.
to use this room, to not use this room. The choice is yours, really.
Look at the smile on her face. The choice is yours of what you turn this shithole into. The amount of money that you're going to spend to get this into any sort of working condition.
Yes,
It's going to be
you need to weigh
tens of
it all up.
thousands of
What you
pounds.
gain versus what you need to spend. It's all a bit tired, as is the large back garden.
Oh.
But it's the outside space which offers an end to the disappointment of this house. Not only is there room to extend and resolve that layout, there's something else.
The parking round here is limited and it won't always be easy to find a space on that narrow road outside.
Translation: the street is absolutely packed and there's nowhere to fucking park.
So that makes any off-road parking very, very desirable indeed. Well, guess what? I've got some good news for you. Dinner! Here is some.
She was so happy she had something positive to say. The slight worry is, okay, let's say you do this up. I can't really say that the neighbours are looking all that great either. Okay, maybe it's this property's fence, but clearly there's nobody living in there. You would think the people that are living to the right of you and to the left of you, depending on which way you're looking at the house, they might have done something to their garden. Like, this is a junkyard. So that's just traffic cones, broken fences. The other side was just broken fences as well. So it's not like you say, hey, if we do up the house, it looks like we're in a really nice neighbourhood. At the moment, it looks like, by viewing the gardens, you're like, they've done one bit of gardening there, so maybe this is all just some crap land somewhere else, but it doesn't look good for the type of neighbours that you're potentially going to have.
This off-road parking at the back, definitely a tick in the box for anybody living here.
Yeah, look, you've just got rags hanging over the side, you've got broken fences. Yeah, it's not like, the neighbours have been gagging for new tenants to come in, and the neighbours are just like, don't give a flying.
The real potential of this property is making itself known.
Well, that's the only thing this property has got. It's got potential, because it can't get worse. The only thing is, to get that potential is going to require thousands and thousands of pounds and months of work. So again, it's great for like an investor. The worse the property looks, the more an investor is like, brilliant, it means less competition, I can totally get in and do it up. But you've got to have contacts in the industry. But just the fact that properties are going on the market which look as bad as that is just astonishing. This is nearly £100,000. And it's like that. I just don't understand. Look at the state.
Imagination to the mix, and improvements could be made all over this house. And round the front, or is it at the side? I see another problem that can be resolved.
As I mentioned earlier, walking straight into your lounge from the pavement outside, well, I don't think it's ideal, really. Just imagine taking off your muddy old shoes on a wet and rainy day and ruining that lovely new carpet. I don't think so. Now take a look at this house next door. You can see how they have solved the problem. They've replaced these windows here with a front door and created a porch area. I think this would improve.
Did you hear her touch that glass? That is the thinnest single glazed glass that you could possibly get. That's why it's the Energy Performance Certificate of G.
With the layout, and it's something definitely worth considering.
After a bit of a rocky start, I'm feeling optimistic now about the possibilities here.
It's like, if you ever need to get a list of the most dishonest phrases that you could hear, what she says, it's an optimistic property, it's got great potential, that is code for it's a horrendous property, oh my god, it's better to just burn this down. Just amazing. And I just don't know where the presenters get that, or how that is presented. It is like radio voice, but in TV of, it's a property, it's a fantastic back garden. You just kind of go, you are totally on antidepressants. There's no way you can look, seems like there's just no honesty in that at all. It's just like, yeah. It's like she's completely blind to the horror that is the inside of that crack den. Amazing. I would love to do my own versions of these. I'd love to. I'd love to see what I would say if I had to go into properties like that and do a TV presentation for it. And I'd love to see the behind the scenes of just them like dry heaving as they go into the properties. Amazing, amazing. Check it out if you're ever bored. Homes Under the Hammer, the best.